Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be taking a look at some players that you should think about bringing in ahead of the Game Week 19 deadline. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes. Leave a comment who have you got your eyes on this week to bring in. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So starting things off, the first player that we're going to be talking about today is Tsimikas, the Liverpool left back. Only 3.7 mil right now. He has gone down in price over the fixtures since we last spoke about him weeks and weeks and weeks ago. But obviously we're talking about him today because Andy Robertson did pick up a red card against Spurs. So that means that Tsimikas will be playing the next couple of fixtures in the Premier League, and with only a 3.7 mil price tag, he is quite a nice player to bring in. As well as that, the fixtures are really good as well. So he is a nice little option to think about. Again, once Andy Robertson is back, you are left with the dilemma of having Tsimikas on your bench. You know, he's probably not going to play. But again, he's only 3.7 mil. So if you don't really want the strongest bench and you kind of want to put those funds elsewhere, then I think he's definitely a good player to target. His stats aren't too bad over the season. You know, his XG is 0.1, expected assist 1.2. He's not scored yet, but he did get an assist. So he has had quite a few. He's had an attacking return and a clean sheet here and there as well. When he did play, when Robertson, I think he was injured or something at the start of the season or whatever. But yeah, Tsimikas did get some game time. Now, of course, something to note as well is that because Robertson got a straight red, that's usually 3 games that they can't play. But however, that also kind of covers domestic cups, and we do have the Carabao Cup tonight. Liverpool do play Leicester, I think it's the quarterfinals. So that actually counts as one of the games. So usually he would have missed like game week 19, 20, and 21. But because, as I say, the Carabao Cup counts as a red card kind of fixture that they can't play for whatever reason, I don't know, just because I guess it's the domestic cup that goes with the league. Robertson's only going to actually miss Leeds at home and then Leicester away, and then he'll be back for Chelsea away. But to be fair, that's the fixture that you wouldn't really mind not having Tsimikas for. You really want him for Leeds and Leicester. Like, Leeds are just terrible at the moment. It's at Anfield. Like, I could see that being a really just a very nice score if you're a Liverpool fan. Probably wouldn't want to watch if I was a Leeds fan, but yeah, I'm expecting like big things there for Salah. Like, there's even a couple of umming and ahhings about triple captaining Salah that game week, which I completely understand. And then Leicester away, like Leicester look obviously not great at the moment. Again, they have just beat Newcastle 4-0. But at the end of the day, you know, they haven't been up to par on what we usually expect from Leicester. And then of course Chelsea away, but Robertson will be back for that. We don't really need to talk about Brentford and Crystal Palace because again, Robertson will be back for those fixtures. So you're kind of just targeting Tsimikas for Leeds at home and then Leicester away. But then again, you've got a defender on your bench for 3.7 mil. The only problem as well as this is that it does take up a Liverpool spot. So you wouldn't be able to have like Salah, Trent, Jota and Tsimikas. If you don't have the likes of Jota or even Trent at this point, then yeah, Tsimikas, of course, you can bring him in. But if you're thinking of bringing in another Liverpool player, then maybe Tsimikas isn't the option for you. But again, if you're thinking of bringing like Ronaldo in this week or something ahead of their really good fixture run, and again, the double game weeks and stuff that are coming up for United, but you need the extra funds, maybe downgrading a defender who you have, I don't know, maybe like a Wolves defender into Tsimikas to give you a couple extra mil will help you obviously achieve that. But yeah, Tsimikas is just a player you should think about. You know, maybe bring in if everything is okay around your team. Maybe Tsimikas is a decent little option. Next up though, we do have Sonny, 10.3 mil, the Spurs midfielder. He's playing well. You know, he played pretty well against Liverpool, and they've got a really nice fixture run coming up as well. Not only that, they've got a bunch of double game weeks they're going to need to play. You know, they missed I think 2 or 3 fixtures due to COVID, and obviously Son is like a 90-minute man. You know, he's not going to get benched, and if he is going to not play a full 90, he's probably going to still play like 70 or 80 minutes. And over this busy Christmas period, you want someone like Son who is going to be playing most of the games, especially when they're looking that nice as well. Crystal Palace at home, Southampton away, and Watford away. Really nice fixtures. Southampton and Watford especially because they just are leaking in goals this season. Arsenal at home, I mean, the London derby could go either way. Like, that's just always a tough one to call. I think Arsenal could win it this season though, just simply because they're just playing so well at the moment. Whereas Tottenham, you know, it's hard to kind of distinguish how good they're playing because we've only seen them play once since obviously the big COVID outbreak, and that wasn't a great game because it was against Liverpool. I think if they had like Crystal Palace then Liverpool, it would have given us more of a, to kind of see how they're going to be playing. But I honestly, I think they played well against Liverpool. And I honestly think that those 3 fixtures are definitely worth targeting. I wouldn't necessarily think about bringing in Harry Kane. If you're going to bring in a big striker like that, I would probably go for Ronaldo instead. But again, it is up to obviously you. XG of 5.2, expected assists 2.6, scored 7 so far this season, assisted 2, only owned by 16.2%, which I thought would have been a lot higher, but I guess a lot of people got rid of him ahead of the whole COVID scare and everything like that. So yeah, if you do have someone like Jota, and then obviously you could downgrade a defender and then upgrade Jota to Son if you wanted to go that route or something like that. Definitely something to think about. But yeah, I just think Sonny is a really, really nice option. And again, he just plays really, really well, doesn't he? We know how dangerous he can be up front for Tottenham. And again, they're playing like 2 up front now as well. They're kind of playing Son along with alongside Kane. So yeah, I think as a Son owner, I would be very happy with those fixtures coming up. Coming up next, we have a player to hold, and that is Antonio. His price has honestly shot down. When I think I brought him in for like 7.9, but he went up to like 8.2, 8.3 or something like that. He's now down to 7.8. I've actually lost money on Antonio now, which is interesting. But I definitely think it's worth holding him, and I'll talk about why. I mean, his XG is 5.4, expected assist 3.9. He scored 6 so far this season, assisted 4, and he's obviously owned by 34.8%. I think he's actually got 5 assists, but the website that I use the website that I get these stats from, they don't kind of count like assists as FPL do and stuff like that. If they like win a penalty or something like that, I don't think it usually counts. Maybe it is 4 assists, I don't know, but I feel like it should be more than that. But either way, he hasn't scored in a long time. We know this. A lot of people have got rid of him. Completely understandable. But the fixtures coming up, like Southampton at home, Watford away, like both of those teams, as I've just said, leaking in goals this season. Crystal Palace away is a tough one, but then they've got Leeds as well, and we know how bad Leeds have been. And then they've got United away. Okay, United away might be a tough one, but as well as that, they do have a double game week coming up as well. They did miss a fixture last weekend. So you got that to think about as well. There's a lot of talk about game week 22 being a double game week, and again, if we get confirmation of that, I will make a video about that. We'll talk about it, best players to target for that double game week. We'll probably make a couple videos on that because that's quite a big thing. Double game weeks is definitely where bench boost comes into consideration, triple captain comes into consideration, free hit comes into consideration. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to talk about for double game week. So yeah, I'll make videos on like free hit teams, bench boost and all that stuff. But yeah, Southampton, Watford, Crystal Palace, Leeds, I think is a really, really nice fixture run. Again, double game week coming up, and I don't think he has been playing bad, but I at the same time, I think he's also been kind of unlucky. He is still looking quite dangerous in the box, but at the end of the day, that doesn't count to any points or anything. So at the moment, if you have him, I would definitely hold him. I wouldn't necessarily think about bringing him in. I'd probably go for like Ollie Watkins or someone instead, or maybe Bamford if he's back soon, or even Calvert-Lewin, who again is in contention to start the next game. So they've got a really nice fixture in as well. So Calvert-Lewin could be a little bit of an option too. But as of right now, I think a hold on Antonio is the way forward. And if you don't have him, probably wouldn't bring him in, but I don't think you should sell him as of right now with these fixtures coming up. Next up, we have Reguilon, again, another Spurs player. But as I've just said about Son, they've just got a really nice fixture run coming up, and they've just got so many like extra games to play. And Reguilon, I think now, he only played for like 4 minutes against Liverpool, but again, he is coming back from injury. I think now he is gonna definitely anchor down his spot, and he's gonna be playing 90 minutes. Well, not 90, but like 70 or 80 every single game. But that's just how Conte plays. He usually takes his wing backs off early because he just makes them run up and down the field, the pitch, so much. But again, like I say, fixtures are really nice. He's already scored 1 goal this season. He's got 3 assists so far. He's only owned by 12% of teams, 5.2 mil. I just think he's a nice option if you aren't wanting to double up on Chelsea. Like, if you do have 2 Chelsea defenders still, you still have like the likes of Alonso and James. I think that it's time to kind of offload that, especially with the fact that Chelsea do have 2 blank game weeks coming up, and I think on 24 and 25. So yeah, I think it's time to kind of get rid of a Chelsea player if you do have 2. And I think Reguilon is a nice little option. If you do have a Rudiger or an Alonso, he's cheaper, so you're going to get some more money. Fixtures are really nice. Double game weeks coming up. They look a lot more solid at the back as well under Conte. I know they've just conceded 2, but it was Liverpool. So yeah, honestly, Reguilon I think is a really, really nice option, and definitely someone you should be thinking about bringing in. Finishing things off though, we do have Diego Jota. I know that I've gone through 2 Spurs players and 2 Liverpool players in this, and there's a lot more other players to talk about. Again, with this kind of video, I usually just have like a whole kind of wild card setup and just talk about each player individually. But we've gone for the actual stats and everything this time. I don't know which one you guys like more, but it is what it is. 8.1 mil though. Jota is an interesting player, man. He doesn't play necessarily well in the games, but then he just always ends up scoring. And his XG is ridiculous. Like his like stats compared to other players is like through the roof. He obviously just misses a lot of chances. You know, he missed a really easy chance against Wolves. I think he missed a really easy chance. I think not against Spurs, but the weekend before that or something like that. But yeah, XG of 10.1, expected assist 3.2. He scored 10 so far this season, so he's in double digits. Only 1 assist, which is interesting. But at the same time, you want Jota scoring the goals instead of getting assists. He's only owned by 11.2% of teams as well, which is quite interesting. I thought that was going to be a lot higher. Wait, is he? Yeah, he is. Oh my god. I thought I put in the same one as Reguilon, but that's crazy. I thought he was definitely owned by more players than that. And then, yeah, Liverpool's fixtures: Leeds, Leicester, Chelsea, Brentford, Crystal Palace. Again, like, Firmino is back now, so he might not be starting every single game, like he might not start the Leeds game. But with Salah and Mane going off to AFCON, I honestly would think about bringing in this player because just simply like the fact that he's just going to start when they've gone. He's definitely going to start. You know, if he does start the Leeds game, that's really, really nice. Klopp's obviously been praising him as well, saying that, you know, he's just got that killer instinct, and I think that's true. You know, he's not necessarily been playing well, but he does pop up in the right spots at the right time and does usually bag a goal or two when you really need him to. So yeah, either way, I think he's a really nice option. But again, if you wanted to go for someone like Son instead, I would completely understand that. But I think Jota is just a really, really nice player to have. Only 8.1 as well. Yeah, I think Jota is a nice little option. Either way though, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes. Leave a comment. What are your thoughts on any players that you're thinking about bringing in? What are your thoughts on the players that I mentioned today? Let me know. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. That's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.